Today we're talking about a 2,500-year-old trick that'll help you never lose your temper. Again.
Life is beautiful.
All right, so it's Sunday night. I am totally relaxed, sitting on the couch, cuddling with my wife and my fluffy dog, Rocky. And I am super pumped because my favorite show is on TV. And I've been waiting all day for this moment.
Mm.
I worked my butt off the entire weekend, and I sit my ass on this couch, and I am just like so ready to just dial into this TV show. But then there's a knock at my window, not even my door, at my window, which is alarming. And I have to stop what I'm doing, get my ass off the couch, and go to the door and see what's going on here. And it's my neighbor who lives across the street telling me that my car over there, a couple houses down, is being looked at by the cops because it's parked illegally. And she wanted to warn me because she thinks that they're calling to get like a boot placed on my tire so that I wouldn't be able to move my car out of that spot the next morning.
Welcome to New York.
So, obviously this was annoying. And next thing you know, the cops start walking towards my house because this lady basically is signaling to them, pointing to the cops, pointing to me, like making it clear as day that I am the owner of this vehicle. The cops come up to my doorstep and they say, "Is this your car?" I say, "Yeah." I said, "It's parked illegally." I said, "Technically, it's not. I have a pass that allows me to park here." And they said, "Well, we're getting a lot of phone calls that, cars are parked illegally here." I said, "Listen, at this point in the back of my head, I did not want to argue with this cop. All I wanted to do was go back inside and watch my show." So I said, "You know what? Listen, don't even worry about it. I'll do you the solid. It'll make everyone happy. I'm just going to pull it into the driveway. I'll block my other neighbor's car. Totally fine. End of story." So I go to my car, I pull it into the driveway, and this lady now is asking, "So what did he say? What did he say?" And I just didn't answer her because I had this gut feeling that it was her who had called the cops and it was her who had signaled to the cops. Like, she tried playing it like she was helping me, but really, I think she was the one, like the orchestrator of this whole thing. So I didn't answer her and I got all angry, and then I slammed my door shut and I went back inside. I didn't even talk to this lady. And then I was angry and I was angry and I was angry. It ruined the whole show for me, and I couldn't even spend the rest of my evening relaxing because I was just mulling over the fact this lady, this fucking bitch, this bitch had the nerve to knock on my window at 9:30 at night to call the cops, flag them down. Like, basically, I was losing my shit. And then I remembered the concept of the empty boat theory. Do you know that concept?
I do. Tell us what it is.
So the story is there was once a monk who trained for years to master his anger until one day he's sitting on a lake, deep in meditation, when something comes and rocks his boat. His eyes stay closed, but inside he's ready to go nuts on whoever this person is that just disrupted him. In his head, he's thinking, what kind of idiot would do this? Don't they see I'm meditating? And that's exactly what I was doing with this lady. All right. We create an entire storyline in our head about how horrible this person is and how terrible their intention was. But when the monk opened his eyes, he learned a valuable lesson because the boat was empty. It was just a boat that had been going along the river that had gotten loose from its dock.
Good story. Powerful concept, but your boat wasn't empty. There was someone in your boat. This lady was the person in
Yes,
your
but
boat.
the story was the empty boat. In a way, what I'm trying to say is I was making up a story in my head that she called the cops, that she was the orchestrator of this whole thing, that she was the one who ruined my night, when in reality, after having reflected on it, I don't even know that that's true with 100% certainty. And even if it was true, I could just drop that story and it would then become an empty boat.
The funny thing is you can be right about what happened and still be the only one suffering from it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the logical way of processing that is to focus on what you can control and changing the story that you're telling yourself.
Yeah, and this reminds me of, those posts that are going viral? Jay Shetty has been posting them all the time. It's like they'll show this apartment building with all these windows, and like each one has a little story, like a one-line story, like just lost their job or lost their pet or like just got a promotion. Like, basically it's trying to show you in this grand scale picture that everyone is living a life that you know nothing about.
Yep.
Right? So that's like the main concept. And I think that It's so important to keep that in mind as we go through our daily lives. And it ties back to this empty boat theory. And what this whole episode is really about is not letting other people let you lose your temper and just giving everyone the benefit of the doubt unless like it's proven otherwise, because you really never know. Like the person who cut you off could be on their way rushing to the hospital for an emergency surgery, and here you are making this whole story about how they're this some type of asshole, like imagining this horrible intent.
Yeah.
I think we assume this negative intent for people in our lives when really like maybe they're just
But
struggling.
the truth is that some people are assholes, right? But I think the way you get leverage on yourself to not let it make you suffer is to realize that every time you do that, you're actually hurting yourself. Like every time you actually get frustrated and angry, you are literally decreasing your lifespan.
But you're the one suffering.
You're increasing your chance of dying from a heart attack, right? So maybe they are an asshole, but maybe you need to get leverage on yourself.
Yeah, like even if I ended up having evidence that I knew, like let's say, because I did some research, I did some detective work. I reached out to our cousin who's a detective and I said, can you track the 311 call to see like if there was a name attached? Unfortunately, there was no name, so I couldn't find the proof. But let's say that her name was on there and I found evidence that this was not an empty boat, this was her. Me knowing that and then spewing over it all night, mulling over it all night, ruining my show was a choice.
Yeah.
It was a choice. And I could have let go of that anger and enjoyed my show like I could have let her.
See, I think but let's be clear. It's not ignorance is bliss, right? It's like maybe it's good for you to find out that information if she really did do that, right?
To set a boundary for the next time.
It could be to set a boundary for next time, but not to reinforce the story and agitate you more. Because like we said, anger is just a poison to yourself. Right? And it will just hurt you long term. So the way you get leverage over yourself is by changing that story and realizing that you are doing yourself a service by doing it, not the other person, right? And I mean, Jesus has talked about this forever, right? Forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Give people the benefit of the doubt. They don't know what they're doing. Forgive them, move on, let them go. And forgiving them is actually helping yourself, not helping them.
Yep. So call to action for today is to give people the benefit of the doubt today. That's number one. Until they prove that they actually are an asshole.
And then once they do, don't let it keep agitating you. Just set better boundaries.
Just drop it. There's no need to keep holding on to that anger. It's
set
only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully this helped and hopefully this was entertaining.
Yeah. We'll get an update on Mike's neighbor at some point later in the year. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love you.
Peace.